Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Price, XXV, Double I,
Rome.
D-Malo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
To the greatest sports show on the planet, La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
Hey, going on, world? It's your man T-Boogie. I'm your host for the night. I am back. Off last week, and coincidentally, I wasn't feeling too well, but I'm back. Wash your hands, wash your ass, so you don't end up like me. Y'all know what it is. We got a good show tonight, man. This is Gas Sports for the Culture. I got the gang with me. Let me not waste no time, and let me introduce the guys, man. We're just gonna go top to bottom, man. Starting at the top left.
What up, man? Scruff Lion. Good ass sports. Didn't even adjust my microphone yet, but I'm here. We here. We ready to get in some topics, man. We got a lot of funny business going on these days. You know, when it comes to certain establishments with demands, and I got some demands myself. So let's get into it.
It must be demand season, or command season. We'll see.
You said bottom right?
Either way, we go bottom
Hey, well,
right.
y'all know who I am, man. It's your boy Young Rome 22 on all socials. Hit that like button, follow button. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We got a dope show. A lot of could be some controversial topics that we get into, man. So I'm interested to see everybody's opinion tonight. And we want to talk about one of my favorite things that I never thought would see happen. Dan Snyder selling the Commanders. Washington football fans across the world rejoicing. Never thought I'd see this day, but we gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd see the day either, man. Get those guys out of Landover. But bottom left, man. You good to go, G?
Yeah, I'm good to go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? And clearly, the Yankees are having a free agency sale for every player right now, and I'm kind of happy. I'm super happy. I am super happy. And then the Giants are still have a better record than the Commanders. Bryce, I'll give you 3 weeks out. You went from 2 to 3. As a matter of fact, I'll give you 4 weeks. So you damn sure ain't about to beat the Eagles. So I'll give you 4 weeks to catch up, Bryce. 4 weeks.
What did I say? I feel it. Well, stay on football right now, man. Interesting week, and there's a lot of parity in the league right now, and you can tell by how everybody was kind of mid against the spread this week. Nobody kind of knocked it out of the park. Yep. We were getting 5-6 picks right, but so what's y'all takeaways from this week, man? It was a lot of good games, a lot of close ones.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could start off for this one, and I'll say that I think the Miami Dolphins have the best offense in football. I think it's pretty clear to say that when I watched them last week. They just getting up and down the field like it's nobody's business. And the way he's getting the ball to Tyreek Hill is kind of absurd. Tyreek Hill looking like he was well worth the money. Tyreek Hill looking like an MVP candidate, if you ask some people. So I will say that, the Dolphins are the number one offense in the NFL. With that being said, they might have the worst defense in football also. So that was one of my biggest takeaways from the weekend. Also, Chiefs and them boys. You know what I mean? I thought Titans had him handled the whole game. And you just can't keep that man out, that boy Patrick. So those are my biggest takeaways from the weekend.
Definitely. Miami looks super explosive. If you ever play with them on Madden, they're explosive on Madden. That's G's Super Bowl pick. That's why he's down there flexing like Ronnie Coleman. But
yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
What?
What I thought was interesting is Chiefs normally have the explosive offense, right? We're used to seeing Pat and the guys be the number one offense, and it was a bit of a style matchup for them. Derrick Henry versus Pat Mahomes, and like you said, man, Pat just finds a way to get it done every single time. I'm gonna give my quick takeaway from that game. End of the game, overtime, or we got to throw the ball. They couldn't put Derrick Henry on the field. So I don't want to bash Derrick Henry. He's still a great running back, but how can you help me if in passing situations we can't play you? But
Yeah. Well, they had the control of the game the entire game. You know what I mean? Which is crazy, and it's almost like that same situation with the Ravens coming in. You know, them late fourth quarter games, not being able to finish because they be up all game. They don't know what it feels like to be down.
Like I say, you got to throw to win this league. It's a big boy league. Got to have a QB out there. What was your biggest takeaway this weekend?
My New York is back. New York is finally back in football's finally back in New York. Not just because the Bills, because look at that Jets defense. My biggest takeaway, Sauce Gardner. Jesus Christ, what a draft steal for the Jets. Oh man, that boy played a hell of a end of the game. Step for step. Shit, he could be a receiver if he wanted to, in my opinion. That's one of my biggest takes, and my last take besides Miami. Oh man, I want to say Justin Fields is the first Ohio State quarterback that could make it in the NFL. Poor
Well,
man. Talk about a guy with no weapons, nothing on offense, nothing in defense, just by himself. Shit. And then it sucks that he can't win the game because you can't do it all by yourself. But what was it, 170 plus rushing yards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broke the record.
Even with Claypool, you still can't. I don't know what to say.
Bro, Claypool just got there like 3 days ago, bro. Give the guy some slack.
Nah, but look what Odell Beckham did his 3 days over there when he went to the Rams. Odell had a great game.
Claypool ain't gonna make that kind of difference.
Odell Beckham is a lot better player than Chase Claypool.
Nah, they're both the same kind of players from last year and this year. They're not. No one is better.
Bro.
Okay.
Both of them ain't. Odell Beckham. You talk about Odell Beckham. No one's saying Odell Beckham is the number one receiver. Solo.
You talk about Odell Beckham. Nobody's trading away Odell Beckham unless they have a dumbass quarterback like Baker Mayfield. That's
Well, they didn't
like
trade away for him.
people
They
trade away
let him
Chase
go.
Claypool because he's not that great. But my biggest takeaway from this weekend was indeed Justin Fields. I think he's just as good, if not better, than Jalen Hurts. I think if he was surrounded by the same amount of talent, the Bears would be in a much better position. I felt he was better than Hurts really from the jump. So that was my biggest takeaway from this weekend was that the Bears have their quarterback. Is just are they ever going to be willing to actually build around him? Another takeaway I had from this weekend was what in the world happened to Aaron Rodgers? Like this man has fallen off of a cliff. Like this whole Packers team, he held them hostage with this whole retirement thing, acting like he was going to go. Now they got to make decisions with him and all that. And now they got him and look at him. You know, like what are the Packers going to do? What's going on in Green Bay?
Bro, I should slap the shit out of you, bro. Are you kidding me with this narrative, bro? First of all,
narrative.
All right. How about Justin Fields? Let's just keep him comparable with guys in this draft class, okay? He's better than Trevor Lawrence, okay? Like these are the guys we can compare him to. You don't need to start comparing him to Jalen Hurts yet. That's one thing. Two.
Wait, who the fuck is Jalen Hurts?
No. Let him go. Let him go, G. Let him go. Go ahead.
What?
He's a much better quarterback in this date and time, bro. That's all it is.
And that's because of what? Like why is that?
Okay, back to my original point. So how are you going to come at Justin Fields and the Bears for lack of weapons and then try to put it all on Aaron Rodgers? Like he's the one that's the GM of the team, bro. He don't got no weapons. He don't got squat, bro.
He is the GM of the team.
They had a poor receiving core entering the season, bro, and it got worse. Cobb got
why is Randall Cobb even on that team? He's on that team because Aaron Rodgers is the damn GM.
He's not
like it's Aaron Rodgers' team.
Bro, he's not the damn GM. If he was, they would have had
he held the whole franchise hostage, talking about, oh, I might retire, I might not. And then he comes back talking about y'all need to do this, that, and the third. They make the moves you want. They bring back your old friend. Now he's hurt, so y'all suck. Like, come on, man.
Bro, bringing back my old friend does not equate to wins, bro. It equates to team morale, okay? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're and holding the team franchise, the team hostage because of your retirement situation, that's one thing. But he doesn't have control over the roster, bro. Like, he would have had another receiver if he would have had the choice to. Green Bay is doing what they've been doing for years, which is not being able to put the assets together. Matter of fact, I feel as though the Bears only went and got Chase Claypool because they wanted to spite the Green Bay Packers, bro. Like,
Yeah, the Packers did try and they failed to get Claypool. I think they failed to get Waller too. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that. He's not making all the moves. Obviously, if it was up to him, he would have had one of those guys. But
and that's like the pipe dream. Even like Waller, bruh, they said they tried to get Waller in a trade for Devontae Adams. So you mean to tell me when you was giving up Devontae Adams, they didn't want to give him up? So what the hell are they gonna give him up for now? You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not realistic, bro. The Packers was just playing around, and I don't know. Maybe they done for the season. I don't know. I wouldn't count them out though. Aaron Rodgers going to just ball with the guys that he got, man. I'll keep an eye on Christian Watson next week. That's all I'll tell you.
Yeah, the guy spent all off season eating mushrooms. I'm not sure. Like, and he was praised for that. A franchise quarterback for drugging during the off season, and the results kind of show. You know what I'm saying? It was in the red zone. I think he hit his own guy in the helmet with the ball once. You know, we used to Rodgers being a magician, but now he's just a no-show. So I don't know, man. But I do want to talk about Justin Fields. That's a crazy comparison. He's not Jalen Hurts. At least not Jalen Hurts year 3. He's Jalen Hurts year 1. I'll give you that. He looks like a rookie quarterback. He looks like a guy with no help. Still struggles pre-snap, still struggles post-snap. But he's an athlete and he's a gamer. I don't want to be prisoner of the moment and say he's better than Trevor Lawrence and all these other guys. He had a great showing against who Scruff described as the worst defense in the league. So, or you want to crown him, crown him.
That's true. That's fine. Nah, I'm not going to crown him, but I will say that he's the best quarterback of that draft class. He came out in the same draft class with Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Mac Jones, right? And Bailey Zappi, got it. And he's clearly the best quarterback in that class, bro. I mean, we expected Trey Lance to be that guy, and obviously he got hurt within the first season. So, to be continued on that. We'll see what he ends up being. Mac Jones, we've seen Mac Jones. We've seen him lose his job to a Bailey Zappi and then come back. And, I don't know how comfortable I'd feel with Mac Jones in the future. You know what I mean? If I'm in a dynasty league, which I do have Mac Jones in the dynasty league, I don't feel very good about his future. Right?
We could run the tape on Mac Jones, man. I said he wasn't it last season.
Yeah, I don't know if he's not it. I don't know if he's not it. But he's not Justin Fields. Justin Fields actually has the game changer gene. You know what I mean? And I don't see that in Mac Jones. Trevor Lawrence looked all right this weekend, but he's not nearly as good as we thought he was going to be.
I mean, yeah, Trevor's probably arguably the most disappointing out of that bunch because he was supposed to be the next great.
Call it what it is. Trevor's a bust.
He's
a bust.
Whoa.
Bro, they told us he was Andrew Luck. They told me he was pro ready coming out the league, bro. He has been everything but that. And I know we can use the whole Urban Meyer held him back thing, man. But like we 8-9 games into the season now, man. Have you been impressed by Trevor Lawrence one time this season? Honestly,
I haven't been they've been in games.
That means no, I have not been impressed by Trevor Lawrence.
They've been in games though, and that means something. They weren't in games last year.
He hasn't played like a complete bum, but he's missed easy throws that based off what he was projected to be, he should have been making those in his sleep. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is based off the hype, he's falling way below that. So in my eyes, he's bust.
I think we should be careful with these B words, bum and bust. I mean, if Geno Smith has shown us that sometimes your setting is the reason that you can't progress, the reason you can't grow. Jacksonville hasn't really been a place where quarterbacks have thrived. When's the last time they had a good one? Mark Brunell?
I agree with all that, T, but what I'm saying is if you tell me that Sunshine coming out of college is the most pro-ready thing you've seen in the last 10, 20 years, then I don't give a damn what franchise he goes to. They're telling me he's a transcendent player. I don't see anything like that.
All right. But to the defense of Trevor Lawrence, how many quarterbacks do you know that have gone to Jacksonville and become game changers?
I mean, we're talking about a franchise is younger than me. It was what 1996. Like, so
Right.
this franchise obviously hasn't even had that many QBs in its history, if we're really talking. But Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be the best one when they drafted him, and he's not.
All right. I mean,
That's my point. Like when Trevor Lawrence came out, he was supposed to be that guy,
is
long
he really a
hair.
bust though? All right, let me put it like this.
He's approaching bust territory.
I'm about to say he ain't looking no. He looking much better than Dwayne Haskins was when y'all had him. R.I.P. Right?
Hey, is he?
Nobody was calling him a bust. At least that right
Where,
there. This man started every
they
game.
definitely were. They definitely were.
Trevor Lawrence started every game, bro. I'm not gonna call him a bust. He showed up to work every day, and they've been doing all right. And they're the Jaguars, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you elevate the Jaguars,
The main difference in that though is when Dwayne Haskins was drafted, a lot of people probably even came on this show and said that it was a reach. so no one was calling Trevor Lawrence a reach. Like that's the main part. Like Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be the man.
Well,
is he top 15?
I always say the success of a rookie or a young quarterback is going to be based on what they have around him. And he didn't have any weapons, and then he got some this year, and they're competitive. But if Kirk is your best receiver, he was what, a 2, 3? He was like a 3. He's like a fringe.
Like a 2, yeah, if that.
2 when he was with the Cardinals. So to go from the Cardinals and now this is your wide receiver 1, that's still Evan Ingram's probably the best receiving threat over there.
That's no bull though, because if you put him back on the Cardinals, he might not even crack the starting lineup.
He's not
maybe not, but he seems to be Trevor's favorite receiver right now. Like he's having a great year with Trevor. That's really the only connection he has. Like, look, bruh, Trevor Lawrence just ain't it. And y'all know it. Y'all know he's not what he was. He's not. He's false advertising. Fine, he's not a bust. He's not a bust. What he is false advertising.
No, I'm not ready to go there.
Let's be serious, bro. Like people like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, those are anomalies in this day and age, bro. Where these guys are gonna excel the first 2 years and be great quarterbacks from here on out. Look, first year,
I'm gonna keep it all the way real.
Let me finish. First year, no one said Peyton Manning was gonna be the guy. Everybody was like, "Oh shit, bad first year." Second, third year, the man excelled. Shit, no one said Tom Brady's gonna be who Tom Brady was. It takes time. These guys are all anomaly. Andrew Luck was an anomaly, and Mark Mayock and all the rest of these guys that compare players to other players, bro, they fucking throwing darts on the wall. These guys gonna compare fucking poo-poo paper to fucking gold leads if they can, just to make you buy into whatever bullshit they want you to hear. So now, come on, man. Trevor Lawrence deserve a break. Just as much as we all got to give Justin Fields a break. And I'm not going to be here and be like Trevor Lawrence is a bust. Come on, this is the Jacksonville Jaguars, bro. This is the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is like
the 3 guys you named that were anomalies.
The Commanders. Not happening.
You on straight propaganda right now, bro. You out here trying to elevate. You trying to elevate a high level mid, and you trying to decelerate high level mid. These niggas is in the same category, bro. For real.
First of all, I didn't name anybody else when I was talking about Trevor Lawrence. All I said was Trevor Lawrence is this. I didn't compare Trevor to nobody else. Nobody else. Y'all started throwing in all these other names.
To Andrew Luck.
Because that's what he was supposed to be when he came out. Was he not? Okay. Was that not the hype around him? And look, G, let me respond to your point. The 3 people you named, there were anomalies, right? And I'm going to get real here. They were Deshaun Watson, black. Patrick Mahomes, black. Lamar Jackson, black. Oh, nobody knew they were going to be great. But we all said Trevor Lawrence was going to be the man. And now that Trevor Lawrence isn't the man, oh, we got to cut him some slack. Give him a break. Who's gone to Jacksonville and been good? Like, nah, bruh. Nah, I'm not giving Trevor Lawrence an inch of slack. You were supposed to be the man coming out, transcend the franchise. You were supposed to make Jacksonville somebody. So, nah, no slack for me.
Do you not bring your white quarterback? For your white quarterback.
Hey, bro. Let me run something so you can open up and you can see your own bias, bro. Because
there's no bias.
Bro, Trevor Lawrence is 9th right now in the league in passing yards, bro. And Justin Fields isn't even on this list, bro.
I didn't compare him.
I have to go to the second page to get to him, bro. He's lower than
Let's
Carson Wentz.
Run the tape back. 5 minutes when Scruff said Justin Fields was better than Trevor Lawrence. I didn't say that. Scruff said that. So who's on propaganda?
No, I said they're on the same playing field, and we could be comparing the quarterbacks in
You
that
said
draft
you
class.
said Justin Field was the best one out the class, and now he's not even on the list.
Nah, he's on the
All
list.
I'm
I'm
saying,
just talking about based on passing yards.
all I'm saying is Trevor Lawrence is false advertising.
I don't know, bro.
Okay, I understand. I'm not gonna debate Trevor Lawrence too much. You know what I'm saying? Like the proof is in the pudding. He hasn't got to the playoffs. The team hasn't had much success. He's put up better numbers than Justin Fields, but he's had more help than Justin Fields. So
High level mid.
I'm guard, I guess.
high level mid is probably the both of those
It's like a
Nah, it's fair.
backhanded compliment.
until we see
It's
Trey
fair.
Lance. But
It's like the bud. You would smoke it, but you wouldn't brag about it.
all right. Let's talk about somebody that's I don't know, man. He's the highest of high levels. He's premium. He's granddaddy perp. Thomas Brady, man. You know what I'm saying? Trade family. Traded his family to fight for overtime wins against Matt Stafford. Crazy to me, but here we are. Brady threw for what now they said the record over 100,000 combined passing yards. That's a crazy amount of passing yards. Crazy. I don't know if that'll ever be duplicated. Maybe not. But how do you guys feel about Brady and Tampa Bay, who's back on top of the division?
So I'm gonna share a story with y'all. So today I was on movie binge. I watched the Wolf of Wall Street today, and I see a lot of similarities between old Wolfie and Tom Brady. My man was living in the moment, bruh. He was living in the moment, bro. He had the wifey, he had the kids, he had the money. He could have walked away with all of it. Then he got up on that stage and he delivered the speech and he said, I'm not going, I'm staying. And everything went to shit after that, bro. The feds came down on him. The wife left him. She didn't even want. She was like, "Yo, go ahead." She didn't want to mess with the dude no more, bro. So having the timeliness to know when your time is up, bro, it is a skill, bro. It is a skill. Tom Brady does not have that skill, bro. He's past due. He's past due, bro. What I seen was, yes, I did see him lead a game-winning drive. Yes, after being mediocre for the whole game, bro. You talk about Trevor Lawrence, bro. Like he looked a lot like Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is actually more entertaining to watch than Tom Brady, bro. You feel me? Except for that final drop.
Oh man,
That's what happens when you talk bad about the GOAT, Scruff. That's what happens when you talk bad about the GOAT. You get frozen.
Moment for a second.
It's all good.
Look,
But you get my point. He passed due, bro. He expired meat. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, did he look better than Stafford?
Yeah.
What about did he look better than Rodgers?
Yeah.
Both of those guys will still be in the league now. Arguably, Tom could probably still play this game. Yeah. Now I get what you're saying, right? He didn't look like the Tom of past, but I mean, he went down there and led a drive with no timeouts. Well, what was it 40 seconds maybe against Aaron Donald, who they say is the best player in football, not best defensive player, best player in football, and Jalen Ramsey, who people still have as a top 5 corner. You gotta respect the GOAT, man. Gotta respect it.
I mean, Brady's out there giving it his all. I agree with both of you, right? Like, I'm with T. You got to respect it, but I mean, we all watched it, man. Scruff's right. Like Brady's, like it's time, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like he probably should have called it quits when he had the chance. But who knows, man? Like that the 30 for 30. Whenever it comes out, this part will be the most interesting chapter because whatever happened with him and Giselle, man, I'm sure that factors into all this. I'm sure that weighs into all this in some way. And who knows? Maybe Brady comes back for another year, but if he does, it can't look like this. So
let me tell you what, I don't have to respect it, Rome. Actually, I don't respect it at all because they have the same record as the Atlanta Falcons. All right, who T said was trash. Right, I picked them to cover the spread every week though. Them boys cover the spread. But Marcus Mariota is playing to the same level, 4 and 5 with the Buccaneers. And Marcus Mariota is playing with Drake London, not playing with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, Leonard Fournette. They're playing with Marcus Mariota, Tyler Alligar, you know what I'm saying, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts, bro. And I don't know a single soul on their defense besides Rashad Evans. So,
I mean, let's keep it funky though. So who's winning that division? Because that division is trash.
I mean, I would hope that if the Bucks don't win the division, it would be a disgrace.
So you still respect it. You giving them the division.
I think it's like they backing into it, bro.
Who you got? Who you got winning that?
Hey,
false advertising, as you said.
I do not bet against Tom Brady. I'm gonna go down with the ship. Literally, I'm Buccaneers.
Nah,
literally.
This is the year I'm gonna correctly predict that Tom Brady is falling off a cliff.
G, who you got winning the South?
First of all, I want to go back to that Rams game. The Rams defense gave up that game with that pass interference call. So let's not act like Tom Brady win nutty buddy. That game was horrific. The Rams defense held that game together until that last pass interference call. Mike Evans eating the shit. But why would you bet against Tom Brady, man? The Saints is boo-boo. The Panthers don't know who's going to be the quarterback for the next 10 years, apparently. And then you got the Falcons. The Falcons are they're the legit underdogs that no one's seen coming. But why would you bet against Tom? Yeah, why would you bet against Tampa? Tampa just got to get the shit together. That's all I have to say. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tampa. Still.
You think they're gonna get their shit together though? Like we halfway through the year.
At this point, why wouldn't you? You're playing in the worst division of all of football right now.
But I guess they got the best chance to get their shit together.
I agree.
They are playing the worst division.
Easiest path. You might not have to go 800 to win that division. I mean 500 to win that division. You might get in there with an 8-win season, but I guess my last question is I do want to hit on the NFC East. Well, the NFC in general, man. How are we feeling about the teams at the top, man? The Vikings, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, all Seahawks, all 6-7 win teams. Are all those teams the real deal? Because I mean, the Seahawks, the Giants, Kirk Cousins, and the Vikings. I mean, this is what you're looking at. These guys could potentially be in the Super Bowl if things keep going the same way they're going. So, are we believing in any of these teams, or is somebody bound to have a fall from grace?
I mean, I called Kirk and them to the Super Bowl, so the white boy gonna dance his way there.
How do you feel about that Hockenson trade?
Hey, I love it, man. It just boosts the chances. He was already making plays, man. I think he's gonna fit like a glove.
Yeah, I love that trade for Kirk. Vikings definitely Super Bowl odds had to change just getting Hockenson. They look good. Vikings look good. I'm not sure why they need to battle with Taylor Heineke and make it so dramatic, but I never thought they'd lose that game.
Yeah,
they're not that good though. That's the thing.
Gee,
I had us losing to the Vikings when Taylor Heineke was announced as the starting quarterback. I said he'd go 3-1. I said we lose to the Vikings. He played at least 4 games. So you know what that means for next Monday, Scruff.
Do we see Sam Howell?
Hey, look, all I'm saying is next Tuesday is going to be a real interesting show. That's all I'll say as far as it goes for Commanders Eagles. You're not getting nothing else out of me.
Well, can I get a prediction there?
You gotta get nothing else out of me, bro. All I'm saying is it's going to be a real fun show next Tuesday.
It's their own business. Where do you go? You winning or not?
Rome's going to be sick next week. Watch.
Nah, I'm gonna be
how many more
good.
sick days you got left, my boy?
It's gonna be a real good show next Tuesday.
Yeah, right. Bro. I'm gonna make sure I send you some paper tissues and napkins to wipe your face on Tuesday. Sincerely from Giants.
Monday night Eagles Commanders. Can we get a prediction?
Oh, Commanders, 31 to 30. I mean, not Commanders. Commanders getting their ass busted. Eagles 31 to Commanders 3 points.
He's talking shit.
Bro.
It's in Philly, bro. It's not gonna be pretty. Just like I told y'all about the last time, it was a Monday night game in Philly, bro. They're gonna have the cheesesteaks grilling. They're gonna have Meek Mill performing. It's gonna be a disaster for Washington, bro. Eagles will cover the spread. It's 11-point spread. I like the Eagles cover the spread here. Final score prediction 28-14.
Is this the first time you guys played on Monday night since the Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick, Jeremy Maclin?
No, you really just said that so that you could mention that shit.
Nah, we played on Monday night a couple weeks ago.
We played. Nah, Washington and Philly played on Monday night like last year, I want to say, or the year before that.
Okay, I'm not a Washington historian, so but I do recall.
But you remember that though. You remember that.
Look, because when I left work and it was a 0-0 game, by the time I made it to the car, you guys were down 3 touchdowns.
Right. Now let's talk about the NFC though. Like you were saying, T. Best team in NFC right now, record wise, is the Eagles, and then the second best team is the Vikings. But let's not forget, and G, you was there with me, watching Kirk Cousins and them boys get destroyed on Monday Night Football by the Eagles, bro. And that was when the Eagles were just starting to get rolling. They've been rolling a little harder now. So I don't really have too much fear or respect for the Vikings. The Cowboys don't really strike too much fear in my heart either. The Giants, I think that they're making the most out of their situations. But I don't see them making the most out of playing us. You know what I mean? The Seahawks are playing pretty well as well. But I wouldn't take the Seahawks.
All right, man. Just book it. Eagles to the Super Bowl. Just say it.
The only team that gives me a little bit of worry is the 49ers, just because they have the personnel to match up against the Eagles. They have an offense that could potentially be more dangerous, but they're also underachieving too. They're 4-4.
Okay. I respect that. The Eagles is the team as a 49ers fan. That's the team I don't want to play. I'll play the rest of these bums. But, I do need to ask you about your Giants so we can wrap up this football real quick. The Giants are 6-2, but out of all the 6-win teams, they've scored the least, and the least by a lot. So, just to put it in perspective, the Seahawks have scored 240 points in 8 games. The Giants scored like 160, 163. So, why should we take the Giants serious?
Hey man, listen, but do we win games? That's the real question. Do we win games? Answer that question. Do we win games?
You do.
And what does that win column say by those points?
6-2, third in the division.
But there's a win column. No. Watch your mouth. Hold my nuts, Nick. You can hold them. I know you got some hand warmers in there somewhere around there. If you don't got them on you right now. But what does my win column say, kind sir? Can you please tell me, host?
6 wins.
And that's what matters, baby. Hey, listen, I'm happy. We're better record than the Washington Commanders. Hey, Aaron, you can keep that face all the way until 2 Tuesdays from now, because you're gonna hold that next Tuesday, that same face you got going there. Just screenshot that face and let that be every time you get off screen. That's that picture we're gonna have to see from here on out. That's the one you put on. That's the face we need. That's the face your mama loves you with. But besides that, hey, listen, the Giants are pretenders. I'm not going to say here that we're good. The one thing we're missing is a receiver. That's what the Giants are missing. We got the running. We got a quarterback that could run. He just doesn't have weapons that could fucking catch the ball or try to hold on to them shits. Matter of fact, Nick, you got those hand warmers. Can you send a couple of those hand warmers you got to the Giants offense? So that way these guys could keep nice warm hands so they could just learn how to grab shit. These motherfuckers can't catch a cold even if they wanted to. But
they just don't want to play for y'all, bro.
Hey man, listen, the only one that don't want to play for us is Galladay.
Nah, your boy
Tony didn't want to play either.
Your boy Kadarius Toney was injured every week. Doubtful every day, missed a million.
That's fine with me. That's fine with me. That's fine with me.
Got a sniff of
That's fine with me.
And he feels much
Listen,
better.
he only caught how many catches did he made that game?
3 more than he had all season.
Yeah, that's all. And that's his problem. That's fine with me. It's not like he had 100 yards. Look, he's bottom of the totem pole. He's not doing nothing with them anyways. It's fine. I ain't
He will
mad.
be. He will be doing
I'm
something.
fine.
You're gonna be
I'm
sick, so
fine.
he
As a
gonna
matter of
be.
fact, if I'm gonna be sick, then you're gonna be sick if you go into the Super Bowl and have to play against the Kansas City Chiefs because you damn sure ain't about to beat them on
They
no
gotta make
Sunday.
it there. They gotta make it there though. The AFC
So
is much
who,
more difficult than the NFC. I don't respect any of these teams in the NFC.
bro?
Outside.
You're still not better than Dallas. I'll tell you that much
So
right now.
so
Your
Scruff,
defense
Scruff,
is not better than Dallas.
before we get off football, Scruff, are the Eagles going 17-0? Undefeated? 18 and
Probably
0,
not.
whatever it is. Y'all aren't
Probably
losing
not.
no games?
I
Because the
don't
They're
way
think
gonna
you
lose to
talking,
Dallas.
I don't fear nobody in the NFC. All these teams bums and 49ers underachieving. Like, so Eagles to the Super Bowl, y'all ain't losing nothing. Y'all flying high all the way to the chip.
I think we're gonna lose one. I just don't know which game it's gonna be.
So what's your remaining schedule right now?
It's pretty easy
So
schedule.
y'all gonna lose one game all season.
Because you're
Yeah,
gonna
maybe
lose to
two.
Dallas. You're gonna
Maybe
lose to Dallas.
It's
maybe
not
two
in.
What?
max.
We watched Cam Newton have a one-loss season.
Now Jalen Hurts is Cam Newton.
We
I
got
mean,
Commanders this week in Philly. We got the Colts on the road. The Colts. We have the Packers in Philly. We have the Titans in Philly. That might be a tough game, Titans. Eagles at Giants. Gonna be away.
I'm
So we'll see.
losing.
That could be a candidate for a loss, maybe. Who knows? If the Giants get a
Oh
little
wow.
I think the Eagles are gonna blow a
Bears.
couple of these games.
We got the Bears. We got the Bears on the road. We got the Cowboys on the road. We got the Saints at home, and we got the Giants again to close the season. So, like I said, I think maybe we might lose two of them games, but not because of a lack of skill, just because time is coming, bro. It's about time to take a shower. You know what I'm saying? It's time to refresh. I'd rather lose one now, and then we could get
It's
restamped.
yeah. No, I know what you're saying. It's definitely better to get that out the way.
Yeah,
I mean that's a winnable schedule. You could go
it is.
undefeated.
They could go undefeated.
It's
They could go undefeated.
Oh
possible.
my goodness, y'all are bugging. This is the NFL. They're not going undefeated on that schedule.
Bro, this
They'll have
schedule is
they'll have two or three slip ups,
there's a
I mean,
cupcake schedule.
and probably still be fine. I'm not even saying that all of a sudden they're just going to like crumble. I'm just saying like it's the NFL. Y'all
yeah.
they'll lose one of those games and then come back and smoke somebody and
I mean, Giants game seems like
it's trap games like you know what I
Divisional
mean.
games, yeah, divisional games are usually a little sticky, bro, especially on the road. Two of them on the road. So
all right. Well,
You're
let's
gonna
say
lose. Let me tell you right now, you're gonna lose for Christmas. You ain't about to beat Dallas for Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't think I beat Dallas.
Yeah, they might fuck around and rig that one.
I don't think Dallas could beat them. I think Philly just can match with Dallas. But what I do want to say is the Washington football team. A lot of fans' dreams have just came true with the recent news that Dan Snyder plans on selling the franchise, and we've seen a lot of names thrown out there, but the two that are drawing the most attention are Jeff Bezos and Jay-Z, H to the Izzo. I'm gonna start with Rome, man. This is your mob. I know you wanted this day for
My
around.
whole life, like nah. Well,
So,
since he bought the team, basically. I
yeah,
mean, look, I never thought I'd see this day. I never, you know what I mean? Like COVID happened and I feel like we're living in like a post-apocalyptic world. Like Vince McMahon don't own WWE and Dan Snyder's selling the Washington football team. I literally never thought I'd live to see either one of those things. And I'm not even that old yet. So who knows what else will happen. Um, but yeah, the fact that Bezos is teaming with Jay-Z to potentially buy the team, who knows where this is even going to go. It's in the very early stages. Um, so who knows, right? Really, it's just speculation and rumors. I think TMZ had Bezos and Jay Z eating dinner out in LA, allegedly discussing the whole situation. But again, it's mostly all just speculation, so I can't predict what's going to happen. But I can say if Jay Z is the owner of my favorite franchise in all the sports, that would be wonderful. One of my favorite rappers, owner of my favorite team. That's like a dream come true. So yeah, I'd be lost for words, man. Like I don't know. I'd probably be a season ticket holder.
okay. So uh, I heard a lot, but none of that translated to wins.
Whoa! See, this is that low blow shit. None of that translated to wins. The question was, oh, Washington fans rejoice. Dan Snyder selling the team, but none of that relates to wins. Like, come on
Right.
now.
I thought people hated Snyder because the team wasn't winning. So
Okay,
I can
they hate Dan Snyder because the team's not winning, because of the sexual assault allegations, because of the way that the franchise was run, the organization, people slapping reporters on the ass, the team radio announce guy on a hot mic saying shit about cheerleaders going to weird islands to perform for people. But yeah, losing was also on the list.
okay. Put it like that. Football becomes a little bit secondary. But I guess anything's better than Dan. Scruff G, somebody chime in, man. How do you feel about Amazon Prime linking up to potentially buy this team?
I'm not sure, to be honest, how I feel about Bezos, to be 100% honest. We do know that Dan Snyder has allegations of sexual misconduct in the workplace and hostile work environment for those that are women. I know some men that work for the Washington Commanders in high-level positions, mind you. Didn't speak too kindly of the man Snyder. They said everything that they could say without losing their job when they spoke to me. Won't say anything further about that. If you're a black person that works in that organization, I'm sure it's shitty. If you're a woman in that organization, I'm sure it's shitty. Matter of fact, like, it's a dysfunctional franchise in terms of the way that they're operating. This goes beyond football. This goes into business. This goes into operations. Sometimes when you got too much power at the top, you just think you can do whatever you want, right? I'm going to pass this franchise down to my kids. You know, he was on some like, oh, y'all trying to come for me? He trying to go Nino Brown on him. He said, nah, I'm taking y'all all with me. Like, take it easy, bro. This is a sport for family, bro. It's supposed to be, bro. Take it easy, bro. But with that being said, I'm glad they're getting him the hell out of there because he was a stain on the franchise. He was a stain on the city, stain on the whole, region for real. So I'm happy that they can get out of there. We can move on to happier times in this area in terms of the ownership. And hopefully the people that work for the team don't get harassed. That's not too much to ask, right? I don't think Jay-Z will be harassing them for the most part. But I don't really know about Bezos too much, bro. Bezos has a history. Amazon has a history of doing some really shiesty shit. So will Bezos go shiesty in NFL too? I mean, if it sounds like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's probably going to quack a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about Bezos. Bezos might be a little dirty himself.
It feels like Bezos. If Bezos wants the team, he obviously could buy it, right? Like the money's probably not an issue for Bezos. It seems like Bezos is going to be, what I mean, like the financier, and Jay-Z or whoever is going to be in charge. That's just my thought. Like I don't know how much day to day Bezos would really be seeing over team stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
But again, that like you said, that'd probably be because he's probably off doing something shiesty still.
And also don't know if Jay-Z would be successful as an owner either.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like they're more like businessmen, and they'd probably just make sure that the right people were operating the team, as opposed to Dan Snyder, who's putting whoever's down with this little weird shit.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Yeah, I just got a question, Rome. Knowing all this about this team, you still are a fan of this team?
Absolutely, because you're never a fan of the owner. When I became a fan of the team,
No,
Snyder
but this
wasn't even
sounds like
Snyder wasn't even the owner.
But see, this sounds like it's more just than the owner. It's like everybody in that organization is just straight poo poo.
It trickles down
You said
from the owner.
you said announcers. You said staffs.
Yeah, they're all gone.
You
They're
said
all gone.
these folks.
It's like Scruff said. It trickled down from the owner, and who's the only one that's still there? The man in power. None of those people have a job right now. like you know what I mean? Like the radio guy quit before they even started coming for people.
Really?
And
Yeah.
Then you had the audacity to talk crazy about my New York Giants.
Hey,
criticize us.
Your organization, the Giants organization, has some skeletons in their closet too. Maybe they're not sexually harassing people, but they're definitely racist.
And where's the proof in that?
Nigga, y'all drafted Daniel Jones.
He said, "Where's the proof? Y'all drafted Daniel Jones."
Y'all picked Brian Daboll as the head coach
Yeah, that whole
How's that?
Nah.
Whoa. Nah. So how's that working for us?
because there was both of those situations. There was clearly a black person that was ranked higher, or was it better?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Because look
Brian
at Tua
Flores,
now
bro.
with Miami. Look at Tua right now with Miami.
Okay,
Okay, and why are they looking so much better with their new coach?
because he actually knows
Thank
football.
you. Thank
Hey, G,
you. Thank
I
you.
don't
And now
even.
you're talking about the other Brian being a better coach than the Brian that I have now. How? My man's defense with the Steelers is bullshit. What are you
They
talking about, my man? You know, how about
justified.
this? How about keep those hand warmers that I told you still holding and fondle me a little bit more, sir. Keep on fondling me some more.
And
Look at. I'm gonna show you a little pattern. Fondle them some more. Keep on fondling them, sir. Just fondle them. Talking crazy. He like racist because we drafted Daniel Jones. No, that was an idiotic move. We could have used that for a better pick to do something else.
y'all also,
Race.
y'all also had Eli Manning, and then y'all had did my man Geno Smith dirty too. I ain't forget about that.
But didn't we just talk about being in a better situation for a quarterback? Because Geno Smith
Look,
was in New York and he was a bad starting quarterback in
look.
both places.
I'm
He was a
sure
bad
the
starting quarterback
Giants.
because he was black,
Come
right?
on, man. Man, I'm gonna call your little. Now you sounding like a YouTube conspiracy theories. Oh my God! Look at the Giants. They're what? Because he tried today. Sir, get your shit together. It's okay.
Bro,
It's
my
okay.
man.
Look at you.
First news that pops up when I look up the Giants. It says in
Well,
lawsuit, Brian Flores accuses Giants of racism in hiring practices. Okay,
Oh yeah, that's what
I didn't
I
make
was
this
gonna
shit
say.
up, bro.
You
but
missing the whole
that's the
lawsuit.
and that. But besides that one lawsuit, that's not gonna go nowhere.
Hey, it said, look at this video. It said Giant NFL disgusted by racist incident at home of Giants fullback.
What?
The Giants are
At homes
racist,
of
Giants
bro.
coach,
Giants.
Giants coach says Mike Schilt yelled an explicit with racist undertones. Hold on.
A racist read.
Enough. This is enough, bro.
Racist read.
Enough, bro.
All right.
So here's another one. Full comments from Antoine Richardson after unfortunate racist incident. Oh, my bad. That's the that might be the baseball Giants, but hey. Bro, the Flores was right.
And besides that, but back to the original question at hand. No, I think this is just a PR stunt with the Washington Commanders. I don't think they're gonna sell the team. I don't think the NFL is gonna let Jeff Bezos and Jay-Z join. I think this is just a stunt, just so that way, whatever the fuck Daniel Snyder said a couple weeks ago, what the news leaked out about him having dirt on every fucking owner. I think if anything, he's gonna sell a percentage of the team, not the whole team. Probably like give away like I want to say 51%, still owning a bigger share. But I think he's gonna sell it to multiple groups so that way that 51 is divided by other owners, not just one large group. So I think that's what he's gonna end up doing, because it sounds like he still want to be a part of the organization. The NFL can't really kick him out. They just want to make sure that he has a low stake in the organization. Because at one point they were saying that they're going to let his wife become majority owner of the team, if anything, if at all. So I think this is just a ploy, just so that way the news from
The
a couple
thing,
of weeks just washes away. I don't
the
think
thing
he's going to
is,
sell the team.
the reason I don't think it's the ploy, and a lot of people did think that in the beginning, is he's also getting investigated by Congress. And this last go around, they're talking about criminal charges.
Yeah, but
So
these are billionaires,
the
though, bro. These are
the
billionaires
only
that could
way
change everything. They're
the
not going to do
only
nothing, bro.
way that Congress is going to drop those charges is if he sells the team. It's not a coincidence that this came out the week that they were bringing up criminal charges. All of a sudden, you got a bank to start looking at the future seller of the team when they're talking about sending your ass to jail. Like now, you want to sell? You know what I mean? Like And let's not keep in mind the NFL owners were never against none of the sex. They didn't have a huge problem with the sexual allegations. The other problem is Daniel Snyder was stealing money from them. Like Daniel Snyder, and that's why T, when you said the whole win loss thing, like no, the losses and the wins is completely separate from Daniel Snyder to me. To me, as a Washington fan, Daniel Snyder has to go because he's the scum of the earth. He's a horrible human. Like he's the bad guy that steals from fucking bad guys, bro. Like you got to get him
He's
up
a
out of
bad
there.
guy. He's a bad guy that steals from bad guy and then kick him out. Yeah, that's a quote.
So he's Brett Favre?
Ooh, that's a bar.
Brett Favre stole from some good people, man.
Whoa. Allegations.
Yeah.
These are all, ladies and gentlemen, these are all assumptions. These are all allegedly. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just say allegedly.
Stole money from the Vikings. He stole money from the Jets. Like,
bro, 2 sets of book is automatic foul play, bro.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Bro, that's what Ghost did, bro, in the clubs, man. Come
on. Let me get my piece on this Commanders. Snyder got to go. We know that. I don't know if Bezos and Jay-Z get the team. I do feel like I've said this on air, I think, years ago. I think maybe again in the early pandemic that I thought he was trying to get the team. He already owns the Washington Post. And they were killing Snyder in the press. So always felt like this was his backdoor in to get the team. We get Dan out of there, replace him with myself. I feel like the owners would love to have the club with them, you know, that owners good old boys club. But one thing I've heard though is that Byron Allen is going to get the team. I've heard that he was, you know, kind of promised that when the team came up, he'd be the next in line. I think Bezos is getting Jay-Z because you got to have some sort of minority owner at this point, right? Some sort of black, brown, in-between type of person as part of the ownership. I don't think Hove would own any significant percentage of it, but I do think you need his face to kind of, you know, for the perception, for the fans. What was Hove? How much did Hove own of the Nets? Like,
percent.
I thought it was less than one. It was a piece of a piece of a piece. So I feel like in this situation, maybe he owns 5, maybe he owns 10. But I think Bezos really wants the team, and he's just trying to get some. Don't be surprised if you see more minority faces lumped into that group, because that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a group that buys the team. And I think Dan, and also don't be surprised if Dan don't give the team up. All I've heard is that Dan has reached out to some banks to talk about selling the team. There's no guarantee that he sells it. Everyone's acting like he will. The NFL's moving like probably, but a true villain will get everyone's hopes up and say, "I'm not selling."
Hey, and that is what Dan is, a true villain. So you might be onto something, T.
All right. Let's switch gears to somebody who's been getting villainized a lot in the media. Kyrie Irving, and you know, recently, you know, he was suspended for no less than 5 games, and the Nets said he had to satisfy just 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't know, just a group of conditions if he wanted to play basketball for the Nets again. And you know, a lot of people have had different thoughts and opinions on this, so I want to get you guys' take on how the Nets are going about handling the punishment of Kyrie Irving. So it's a jump ball, man. Whoever wants to go get it.
I must say they're just stepping out of lines. I think they're stepping beyond their reach. I must say that none of us could ever heard of Kyrie ever be anti-Semitic with any or be racist to any other group, let alone a group in general. I think sometimes he is smart for his own good. Sometimes he just doesn't know how to talk to people in general. Like he has a superiority complex at times, and it's fine, I guess. But at times, I think the Nets fucked up a while ago by not getting ahead of this situation, and to now try to do something and try to make him do all this stuff is just like kind of out of line, in my opinion. And it's just like what Jaylen Brown has said that he's going to do as the vice president of the player associations. Like, yeah, like I hope they appeal this. I hope they really go and appeal and back up Kyrie Irving on this. Just because it's just they're asking him to do a little too much, just to post in a link. What happened about Amazon? Why are they selling that product still? Why are they letting that product be even on their shelves on their page? Why we're not talking about that? A guy we were just recently talking about buying an NFL team.
Right.
Why he's letting these kind of videos fly by his neck? At one point you had YouTube. I mean, not YouTube. You had Twitter, like just canceling people just because they were saying some off the wall shit for anything and everything. And now, yeah. So I like I said, I believe that the Nets got to this a little too late, and they're out of line now. I believe that Kyrie Irving should have just apologized if it was back. I don't. Did he even say anything? I'm still confused about this whole situation.
Well,
Like, did he say anything?
He didn't directly say he was anti-Semitic. He did retweet or whatever a video that had anti-Semitic concepts. He didn't deny it, but he more or less said he can't be anti-Semitic because he's one of the original Black Jews.
yeah,
Okay.
or lost hidden tribes. Yeah, he essentially posted a video clip. For those that don't know, he posted not a video clip, but posted an image, to a video that was the material was sourced from a book, and that's what's getting him in trouble. That book quotes Hitler, things like that. The book is troublesome to people from the Jewish community, and when it was time for him to apologize, he didn't just come out right and apologize. He kind of said, he didn't know, things like that, but he didn't come out and say I'm sorry. And he essentially didn't bend the knee or kiss the ring. And the Nets are saying, look, this is what you need to do if you want to play basketball. He's got to take these sort of trainings. He's got to talk to the owner. There's a list. Let me see if I can find a list, but
I got the list
Yeah,
here.
there's
They want
6
him to
things.
apologize and condemn the movie. They want him to donate $500K donation to anti-hate causes. They want him to do anti-Semitic training. They want him to do sensitivity training. They want him to meet with the ADL and Jewish leaders and to meet with Joe Tsai, I guess that's the owner, to demonstrate his, I guess.
So okay, fellas. All right. So all right. So remember when that Eagles player got out of line and said some wild shenanigans
Yeah, I was gonna
at the
bring that up.
concert? So which
Yeah.
is worse, saying that or posting a video that that has certain views about a particular race?
not for nothing.
Yeah, gee, that's what I was gonna
Knocking on
say.
the right tree.
Riley Cooper, when he was caught on camera saying the N word, he didn't have to do 6 specific things like meet with the owner and pay $500,000 to a, you know what I mean? Like that didn't happen to Riley Cooper. He got his job back pretty swiftly. So I think he had to do some training or something like that. I'm not all the way sure, but
They ain't do
look,
shit. They gave him a
look,
contract extension.
I understand. I understand. Yeah, I think he went to like some bullshit. Like they said he went to some sensitivity training for like a day. But I understand that Kyrie offended a group of people. I understand that the video that he posted and the like he referenced the book and the quotes from Hitler. I understand how that is extremely problematic for a lot of people. Um, and I understand if people don't accept the way that Kyrie apologized. I understand that too. What I don't understand is the list that Scruff just read. I don't understand why the people that are offended require all that for him to play basketball again.
Right.
We've talked about Kyrie a lot on the shows. A lot of times I've disagreed with him. If I'm Kyrie in this situation, I'm probably done playing basketball. I'm probably standing on it to prove the point that much because I would come out and again and say, if I'm genuinely not trying to offend those people, I would apologize if that's what he's trying to do. But I wouldn't jump through 6 literal hoops uh, for your benefit. You know what I mean? That's not a teaching moment. That's you taking someone and forcing them to your way. You know what I mean? To an extent, like you're making an example of someone, and I don't like the optics of it at all.
Right. And I got questions about this. Like, who is they? Right? They want this. Who is they? Right? Who are you? Who are they? Who are they making these demands? Who is asking? Who made this list? Like, who the fuck are these people, bro? Make yourself known, bro. Like, respectfully,
The
man.
Nets, the Nets, the Nets, the Nets.
Nah, but it's coming from the Jewish community. That's where the demands are coming from, right? So I got some demands too. It's like I said, I demand that we keep that same energy on all people that violate, basically unsavory racist conditions. You know what I'm saying? So hey, if we gonna give Kyrie Irving, sensitivity. Where was Don Imus's sensitivity training when he was calling them Rutgers basketball, beautiful women basketball team, nappy headed hoes, man? I appreciate that shit. He's still on the radio. He didn't have to come with a list. He didn't have to go to a black hair convention. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't have to do any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, where's the same energy when something is violated to us or other groups of people? And he didn't really violate, man. He didn't really violate.
I've said this in the group chat. I haven't had the opportunity to say it on the show, but part of this is when these other groups offend us, you know what I'm saying, as colored people, we don't really own enough to hold them to any fire or make them atone for anything. Even if I'm not saying it's right, but even if we wanted to, how what could we leverage to say, Riley Cooper, you can't be on a Tyler Perry movie? I guess I don't know. Like,
Nah, what
You're saying we
you
don't
could
have
do?
enough assets to take away from them to make sure that they could hold them accountable in these moments, like the way Kyrie is, because they basically took his whole career from him.
Right, exactly.
What you could
At least
do
you're trying to.
with the Riley Cooper situation, though? I'm not playing with him. I'm not blocking for him. You gonna
Look,
have to trade me. I'm not throwing him the ball, coach. Like, that's what that is.
I totally agree, and I'm surprised that people lined up with him again. But also, at the time, I remember guys saying like, "This isn't who I know Riley to be." We didn't see that response for Kyrie. We didn't see guys step up initially and say, "Hey, Kyrie isn't that type of guy. Leave him alone." I mean, I guess it's okay.
Yeah. No, we did see the opposite, actually. We saw people like LeBron James come out and do really the most sucker shit I've ever seen him do in his career. I didn't expect him to defend Kyrie Irving, but like, he basically threw him on the bus. He basically took the stance of everybody else, a part of the many people that I've seen that have basically just thrown him into the fire, basically. LeBron James, Adam Silver. I don't expect no difference from Adam Silver, because he is a Jewish man at the end of the day, and he's a man of authority at the league, so he's supposed to clap back, right? But LeBron, bro, LeBron usually speaks out when shit come down to it, but he has been quiet about China, so we know this man can't be bought by politics, right? So I don't have any respect for LeBron James in this situation, the way he's handled the situation. I don't have any respect for Stephen A. Smith, the way he's handled the situation. I don't have any respect for Uncle Shannon Sharp, the way he's handled the situation. Jay Williams actually said something. Richard Jefferson, you know what I mean? Malika Andrews. I don't got no love for any of the way that the situation is being handled by the media. There should be no reason why I'm watching ESPN at 3 o'clock and I see a rabbi. We're talking about the NBA. You know what I mean? What's going on, bro? What's really going on, bro? But I do applaud Jay Williams. He's the only person that came out and spoke. But he spoke with the understanding and saying that, hey, I might lose my job for this. And that's kind of what it takes, unfortunately. It's crazy, though. And I mean, one of the biggest lessons I learned in life was don't piss off the wrong person. You know how many times I done did that? Shit's done for you, bro. It's not ever pretty. And, like, it's not right. I was kicking and screaming and saying it was wrong then, too. But I was damn sure unemployed. So I get it, bro. And, I hope Kyrie comes out of the situation all right, bro. He way too talented of a basketball player to be kept away from the game. But this shit's outrageous.
I mean, in a vacuum, right? We obviously we all feel like the punishment didn't meet the crime, but I don't want to forget, or I don't want to just kind of remove the fact that this isn't Kyrie's first encounter with the media. This isn't Kyrie's first time offending people. This isn't Kyrie's first time speaking his truth and people completely disagreeing with it or just being able to disprove it. So I do think there's a bit of that in there, but it does seem like the NBA is hell bent on making him an example almost.
I wanted to ask a similar question along those lines. Like, so T, because we've talked about Kyrie and his other antics on the show plenty, right? And me and you tend to disagree with him, right? So do y'all think that that plays a factor into why LeBron James and other NBA players haven't come out and supported him? Do you think Kyrie has simply just stepped into the murky waters too many times to where even if other NBA players might want to support him in the situation, they might feel like, man, Kyrie's always talking about flat Earth, this or you know what I'm saying, getting into all that. So maybe do you think that might play a part in people not stepping up to the plate for Kyrie?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think that's part of what they use to discredit him as well. Um, why they make it so easy to just alienate him because of that. I just, I don't think that's 100% the reason. I think the real reasoning is they telling
And
them if you don't.
another thing I wanted to throw into the convo too and get y'all's thoughts on it is obviously Ye has some interesting comments that were similarly offensive to the Jewish community, but Kanye is not really in a sports league, so they can't really line up six things for him to do in the way that Kyrie can. And it might be a stretch, but do you think any of this plays like a larger role in a like, hey, Kyrie stepped in the mud, now we're gonna make the example out of him that we couldn't necessarily make out of Kanye?
I mean, they made a pretty good example out of Kanye, but uh, there's no relation or comparison to what Kanye was straight out point blank saying outrageous things, right? Kyrie was deflecting of situations. He was trying to avoid saying certain things. I don't see fault in that. Like I said, I don't think there's nothing wrong with what he did. I still, you show me the quote of him saying something straight anti-Semitic, and like I said, where's the accountability, bro? But nah,
Uh,
I don't think it's fair. It's not anything like Kanye.
so I mean, this gets me to thinking like, what do you do when your truth or maybe the actual truth uh, offends another person or party? Do you hold your tongue? Do you bite your tongue, or do you just say, speak your truth? Like, do you just like how do you maneuver through that? Because, like you said, Kanye just spoke his mind. Kyrie kind of tried to dance around it and deflect here, dodge here, be politically correct. But how do you handle those situations?
Bro, it's actually really easy, but it's hard for some people. Um, I'll give you an example. When I go to work. I go to work meetings. Like I don't tell them about any of the stuff that I do. I don't tell them about any of the extracurriculars. I don't tell them about my weekend, any of that stuff. People ask me questions. I keep my mouth shut, bro. Kanye West came up in a conversation recently. I didn't say a damn thing. I kept my mouth shut. I listen and watch. I sit here like Willy Wonka. Like, let me watch y'all say some shit. Nah, I stopped telling people everything about myself transparently in them situations because what is it? What is it going to come from it? What is there to gain from it? Right? I guess you want to speak the truth to the people, bro. But you got people you got to answer to right now. So like, you could go to the press conference and you could be Bill Belichick, bro. And you don't got to be trying to enlighten people. That's not the spot. It's not a soapbox, bro. This is a part of your job. So if
Yeah,
you want to have a
it's all about
job,
the time and place. Yeah.
yeah, we want to have a job and continue to do that, you're going to answer them questions in a way that's not going to alienate nobody. That's really point blank. And if you want to
Well,
have this platform to speak on these things, do it after you're free, like truly free.
Yeah. Yeah, I
what?
think Kyrie would have been better off saving like I agree with Scruff. Like the way that Kyrie's moving is dangerous while you're still in the league. Like if he's already out the league, already retired, already saying I'm good on basketball, then you can do all this, you know what I mean? Like you can move more free.
I mean, to be fair, he posted. He didn't sit down in a post game interview and just start talking. He posted, then he was questioned.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, and that's another thing that I feel like the fact that he posted it and didn't like bring it up himself like to people. Um, I feel like that's another reason why the punishment is a little bit of an overreach to me because it's not like how many people in the Jewish community were following Kyrie Irving saw that and got mad, or did you see the reporter asking the question and then you were told by the news media that it was offensive?
Here's my thing
You know
on
what I
that
mean?
too. Here's my thing on that too. The guy in the media, the guy Fidel said, by putting it on your Twitter, you are promoting this content, correct? So by Daniel, not Daniel Snyder, by Jeff Bezos putting this on Amazon Prime, is he not promoting this content, bro? Because I've seen content get taken down, right? When Kanye shit came out and they thought it was controversial, what they do? Drink Champs took that joint down the next day. Revolt TV took it down the next day. Bezos out here buying teams, bro. Like, what we talking about here, bro? There needs to be equal accountability. So yeah, so you spreading it, okay, you retweeting and whatever the case may be, but he ain't put it up there. So like, yo, he just spreading it. So who started the fire in the first place? Let's talk about that.
I agree with that. I agree. I didn't understand how Bezos. Well, I mean, I guess I do understand how Bezos isn't getting any smoke for that. But it's kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like,
I can see his
um,
defense. You know, they've got millions of things on Amazon Prime, right? They got all types of shit up there.
Well,
I agree with that. But how as a society can we sit here and say that one man, black man, has to do 6 things to get his job back, but the white man that was selling the problem go ahead and buy a team?
Yeah, it's crazy.
if you think about it, like Amazon selling it and profiting off of it, it can be that's messy, right? But at the same time, like people are allowed to believe in what Hitler was preaching, right? Um, it's not against the law to believe in it technically or read about it. Like they're allowed to buy the book or watch the movie. But I think when you start posting that, because what if you're doing research, right? What if, like Kyrie said, he was doing research, right? He was trying to fix his roots. He's trying to find out, some of these truths about himself. What if you're just doing research in general? So the material has to be out there somewhere. I don't think we want to get to a point where we're hiding material because people say it's not good or it offends us.
I agree. I think
But
that's a
if
slippery
that's
slope.
and I agree with that too, T. But if that's the road that we're taking, then how is Kyrie promoting it by posting it? You know what I mean? Like if that's the case, he should be allowed to post it. You know what I mean? Like why can't he post it then? Like if
well,
it's out there and we shouldn't hide it,
well,
like he should be able to post it and people can just disagree.
I think how he went about it. You know what I'm saying? Because a post is a post. It highlights it, brings attention to it. And
I got a question on that post. Did he have a disclaimer, a little caption with it? Was just a link to this?
He just dropped a link to the video, I think.
But what was his first tweets prior to this?
He deleted it now. I can't see it, but I'm pretty sure it was just a link to the video.
yeah, it wasn't nothing.
So he just randomly said, "Fuck it." One day I'm gonna just post this fucking thing, and then voila, to the world, to the masses.
Yeah, and they asked him about it, and he didn't say, "Hey, I believe everything in his book," but he also didn't say, "I condemn everything in his book." So
That's crazy, bro. Like, imagine if imagine if we was being judged off the shit that we drop in the group chat or the or Instagram threads. Like, we say we look at goofy shit all day. Like,
They'll think they'll think we're worse than the owner of the Commanders. They'll say they said Daniel Snyder is our leader and our commander at this point. No, but all jokes aside, I'm not even trying to take light of the situation, but it's just at one point when does free speech gets attacked to this? Like, are we not attacking one of our liberal civilities? This not like so. When does freedom of speech? I'm not saying that go spew hate crimes or just spew hatred, because God knows that's not what any of us is about, right?
Freedom of speech comes along with a lot, though, bro. In today's society, freedom of speech means freedom of job as well. Meaning you don't have a job.
I mean, nobody's throwing them in jail. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. They're essentially saying you can't come back to work. They're not saying you can work for anybody ever again. They're just saying at this company, this is not what you can do.
Right.
And,
it's just crazy though, because it's not the law. It's not the law. It's like basically it's like society holding people accountable for like social norms or whatever. You know what I mean? Or like, because it's not law. Like, it's a violation. Maybe it's a violation morally. Maybe it's a violation as far as being interpersonal with other races. I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's like a societal mob. It's a societal mob, essentially. Like, and I'm not saying that in like a negative way necessarily. I'm just saying like it's a large group of people that are offended and they want An apology. Apparently, they want 6 specific apologies.
Hey, you know, it's like we talked about in the group chat. It's that mom apology. You know, it's that say exactly what you apologize for. Look your brother in the eye or your cousin in the eye. Give them a hug. You two go play together now. Like it's you know, they are essentially trying to make an example out of them. And it's a bad look. I don't want to harp on this for too long, but I think it what they did accomplish the NBA or the Jewish community, whoever had a hand in constructing this punishment. I think what they did accomplish was kind of a little bit towards what Kanye and Kyrie were saying in general. Like, uh, if you don't want it to look like a conspiracy or look like you are all powerful, well, you did a great job of not hiding the fact that this is a very influential group of people. It's no way around it now. I think if you didn't want that narrative pushed, I don't know how people are going to be able to get this out their minds. 2 people spoke against a specific group, and 2 people got humbled on a big stage. So
You know what this reminds me of, bro? Hate to bring it back to Game of Thrones, but my man Vaemond Targaryen, not Targaryen, Valerian. My man spoke up on he said that what everybody knows to be true. And bro, before he could even finish speaking, he had his head chopped off, bro. And that's how you doing Kyrie Irving.
No, but man called somebody a whore in front of everybody.
yeah,
And he
like
went a little
Yeah,
harder, but
yeah.
that's what
Kyrie
they're
Irving
doing.
didn't go that hard.
They're
At
like
least
basically like once you say something against these people, you done. Yo, that's
don't say
blasphemy.
these people.
They're like, that's treason. That's what they come. They come. That's treason if you say that. That's immediately disqualified from life, bro. You go against the folks they're going up against.
I mean, I just think it would be ring true to any group of power. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it was like I said, if you were on the set of a Tyler Perry play and you said something that black people didn't like, they would get you out of there. You know what I'm saying? You would leave that set ASAP. And if it shows anything, it shows the power of money and the power of ownership and being able to pull the plug on people that you feel aren't elevating your group. Like I said, I don't want to harp on them for too long. So let's get somebody else. Let's get to the NBA real quick, man. Namely the big ticket item, Lakers, LeBron, Russ. Is that situation salvageable?
No, 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 no.
Not at all.
I did correctly predict that Westbrook would be much better off the bench, though.
I mean,
I did
He said
correctly
that.
predict that. I did say that. I did say that he'd be better off the bench. No, I ain't gonna do that, bro. Crazy thing is, he actually plays better with a ball in his hands. It's just they don't play well together. But I'd blow that thing up if I was the Lakers. I
man,
go, I
I
go,
think they
I
got
go,
to.
I go hunting for Wembanyama at this point.
Lakers are 2-8. Um, if you blow it up and win, are you trying to blow it up and lose or blow it up and win? Like, are you tanking for Wembanyama or are you
Blow it
trying?
up and lose, bro.
So
No, you got to win.
Nah,
essentially,
you gotta lose.
No, because think about it. This year's pick, I believe the Pelicans will get the pick, right?
that's a lottery.
Yeah, it's a lottery
I
pick
think they might have
for the
traded. They might
Pelicans.
have traded that pick. The pay might be protected though. Gotta look that up.
Uh, Either way, like, you would be willing to risk LeBron's, the end of his career because it couldn't work for Westbrook? I think you have to try to win. I think you owe that
It's
to.
not just Westbrook though.
Well,
AD's a big part of the problem too.
Big part.
I would actually definitely trade AD.
so you're
What are you getting for Westbrook anyway? You know what I mean? I mean, you probably look.
If you
AD is
get
the one that
Buddy
you got
Hill
to
to
trade.
somebody like that, you get Buddy Hill to somebody like that for Westbrook, I think it's a good deal. And if you could get AD, AD's value is falling off tremendously. So I think if you could trade AD, you might be able to start over.
okay. So we all in agreement that the Lakers, without blowing this thing up, like they have no shot this year.
I don't see it, bro. I don't see how they make the playoffs.
All right, what about the Warriors? 4-7 to start the season.
I mean, we already know
They're
they're gonna
fine.
make the playoffs, bro.
Yeah,
They are or they're not.
They
they
will.
are.
They will.
Definitely. They're
There's
fine.
no shot they won't make the playoffs, bro.
I guess they're only 1 or 2 games back, but 4-7 is not how most Warriors fans thought they'd start the season.
It's a long year.
Yeah, it's a very long basketball, very long season.
There's a lot of teams playing well though, right?
Yeah, because y'all really think the fucking Wizards, the Pacers, and the Knicks are gonna go to the playoffs this year?
Bro, who is on the Jazz still, brother? They're winning. They've won 9 games.
Exactly. You got
like, who is on that squad still, bro?
Jordan.
They don't have Gobert. They have what? They have Clarkson and Conley doing this.
Jordan Clarkson. And mind you, I remember when you guys said Rudy Gobert was worth $200 million, and I told you absolutely not. And everybody looked at me like I was crazy. Rudy Gobert is not worth $200 million. He'll never be worth $200 million.
Yeah, who the fuck? Wait, why would anybody look at you crazy for that?
Bro, that's what happened on air.
Wait, what?
Namely, the good Mister.
Basic Bryce.
Yeah.
Man, you're talking about Bryce? Bryce, the guy that tells us every year that the Wizards are going to the finals? Bryce, that in the first 10 games of the season, he swears the Wizards are the most undefeated team in the league? You talking about that, man?
Yeah, Mr. Big Leaguer.
Jesus.
Hey, Lauri Markkanen is having a great year for him.
He's a great.
That's my dog, for real.
He's a good.
But back to this Lakers conversation real quick. If I was you, if I was a Laker, but what would you trade AD for? If you're trying to help LeBron, what do you trade in AD for? Would you trade in Westbrook for?
At this point, Lauri Markkanen would be much better. Give me Mike Conley and Lauri Markkanen. We'll send them to Utah.
Hey, at this point, the Lakers might get Kyrie Irving on a release.
Get the hell out of here.
Think about it. If the Nets don't take him back and cut him, the Lakers give it past Christmas, and they're still somewhere around the whatever the playoffs. The play-in. They might get a chance that they get Kyrie Irving. You ship off AD for Karl Anthony Towns, because that's like an even swap. Because Edwards doesn't seem like he wants to play with Anthony Edwards doesn't seem like he wants to play with Karl Anthony Towns, and he still got that drama going on.
Bro, if I'm the T-Wolves, there's no way I'd trade Anthony Davis for Karl Anthony Towns.
I mean,
why not?
Because Anthony Davis doesn't play basketball, bro.
Yeah, neither does Karl Anthony Towns wins you games.
Bro, you be coming at Karl Anthony Towns crazy, bro. He's still one of the best hunters in the league.
No, he's not. He's not the best hunter in the league. He's nowhere near top 5.
You biased. He is top 5.
No, he's not.
What do you think about this? And I'm just spitballing here. But Anthony Davis, Julius Randle, Derrick Rose, and Obi Toppin.
That would be horrible for all teams.
That'd be horrible. did you just say trade half of the Knicks organization for AD?
Bro? Do you not remember when Derrick Rose played with LeBron before?
Yeah, but
Derrick Rose played with each other?
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
Obi Toppin and Julius Randle, that's not going to help the team with shooting. Come on, bruh.
So we just gotta fill LeBron up with shooters. They gotta
have shooters,
yeah,
bro.
He needs shooters. But honestly, man, I don't think it's gonna work for LeBron. Not in LA. Not in LA no more, man. I think it's done.
You know what I think? I mean, they had another one in chip there. He should never went to LA.
Yeah, honestly, man, I hated it from the beginning. And as an LA fan, I just made myself accept it. But deep down, I knew that shit was never gonna work.
Man, he should have came to Philly like he was supposed to, bro.
He's going to go to Philly. He was never going to go to Philly.
We all had chips. Hey, man. He was talking about. We were on the list, bro. It was between us and the Lakers.
Yeah, right. Pull this list up.
I swear.
This list is imaginary as fuck. He said between you and the Lakers. Fuck out of here.
He was considering us, bro.
Would you?
Who the fuck wants to live in Philly?
Would you? AD for, let's say, somebody like Desmond Bain and Steven Adams?
Yeah. Desmond Bane's a baller, but I don't know about Steven Adams. I don't know what you get for him. I think maybe you go ship him out to Toronto. Might be a good spot for him.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be getting any shooters back from Toronto other than maybe.
Hey, give me Fred Van. Give me Fred VanVleet. Give me Pascal Siakam, and give me Gary Trent Jr. for Anthony Davis, and we'll run that.
I'm not making that trade from Toronto.
Hell no, I'm not smoking that much crack.
But you still get Scotty Barnes and AD team up, you know?
Yeah, don't want that. Don't want that. All right. So last topic, real quick. Has everybody heard the new Drake and 21 Savage?
Of course.
Yes.
Heard it like 20 times.
21 do something for me.
So
those memes are hilarious.
Is this best album of the year so far?
It's not better than album of the year. No, it's not.
No, hell no. It's not better than Bad Bunny's joint. You're bugging.
It's definitely automatic top 5, but I can't put it ahead of Kendrick Lamar's album.
That album is not all that.
Yeah, I can't say album of the year
because you ain't deep, right?
It's too fresh, but I mean, honestly, that Kendrick album, I don't want to say I was sleeping on it in the beginning, but the more I listened to it, that's probably the best overall project of the whole year. I mean, when Kendrick drops, man, he really goes in on that type of shit.
Yeah,
I mean, it might not. No, I'm not even trying to be biased, bro. Like,
it's not biased.
I'm saying is like as an album is like something that someone went to the studio and was like, I'm trying to make the best shit I can make. He really did that shit. But I mean, I think if you give it time, man, this Drake and 21 joint we'll look back on that joint 2-3 years as a classic.
It's definitely a good album. It's definitely a classic album. Like I said, it's not better than Kendrick's album. I think Kendrick's album is the best album of the year by far.
Okay, so a better comparison. Is it better than Drake and Future? What a time to be alive.
No, that was a wave. That was a wave.
It's too early. It's too early to really compare them, but that's the comparison that's what we're gonna hold it to, right? That's like the standard that's gonna get held to. Right now, I would say no, because like it's just too early. Like you talking about that album and like I have memories, you know what I'm saying? Like people make memories of that shit. Like give me some time to make some memories to her loss and then get back to me.
Okay.
But hold on. I'm back to this Kendrick album wasn't better than Bad Bunny's album. What the fuck?
Bro.
Gee,
unfortunately, Bad Bunny's album was dope though. Bad Bunny's album is dope.
You're bugging. Bad Bunny had everybody in the world. Yo, bro, you know how I know Bad Bunny was also my brother? Bro, I seen your cousin, some Indian Johns, speaking Spanish and pronouncing words correctly. I ain't never seen no Indian chick ever talk Spanish better than me. The shorty rolled her R's in front of my face, talking some Bad Bunny shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was startled. I was like, hold on. I was like, wait, mommy. She like, see, Poppy, I listened to this. I'm like, what the fuck? Ain't no, listen. Unless you about to have my aunt or my mom talking that Kendrick Lamar joint to me in my face, Bad Bunny had the best album of the year, period. And back to this whole Future joint, nah, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Future and Drake, that shit was a wave. That shit was that was a whole summer. That shit was a whole summer and winter. Diamonds on me dancing, scholarship. Oh my god, that shit, bro.
Well, that's what Rome's saying. Like give them some time to make some memories. And
yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. No, I think it's got the potential. It could be there. Think about the Drake and Future album. It was kind of short compared to this album. This album was much longer.
Yeah, it was kind of short.
Okay. Let me just end it with this one. Favorite track
right now? Shit.
Definitely.
Is it Rich Flex? That's the first song, right?
Yeah, Rich Flex is the first song. That might be my favorite one. On
BS.
I like On BS. I like More M's. Treacherous Twin is fire.
Middle of the Ocean.
Treacherous Twin. A Major Distribution is another. Major Distribution, that shit hard. Like half of the end half of the song go hard.
What about Middle of the Ocean when it flips to that Dipset beat?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's hip hop, bro. It's hip hop.
Oh damn! I skipped that track. All right, I gotta listen to that shit.
Yeah,
That's why you're not even valid.
they go crazy.
Yeah, you tripping, bro. You gotta listen to the album start to finish, bro. You can't just bounce around and shit. That's why you don't like Kendrick's album because it's a complete project.
Bro, Kendrick album was a therapy session that I wasn't ready for, that I'm not ready for yet.
Okay, that's your
I
problem.
ain't trying. I can't get jiggy to that shit, man.
That's your problem.
What my man Michael Black said, you can't get jiggy to this. I can't get
That's
jiggy
your
to that
problem. I was ready for it. This is for people that's trying to heal and grow and shit, bro. Real talk.
shit. Yeah, you sound like my man. What's my man? Aaron Rodgers taking shrooms and shit. He's healing and
Trying to
growing.
heal and grow.
He's trying to heal and grow.
Whatever, nigga.
So far, my favorite joint got to be that Loco. That one more time. That sample.
That joint
Yeah,
crazy.
that shit hard.
But
That shit was hard.
What's the track before that one?
before Circo Loco,
Yeah.
Spin About You.
Treacherous Twin.
Treacherous Twins. Yeah.
Nah, yeah, that's my
That
shit.
shit hard.
That's my shit.
That joint's tough.
And I like that them Back Outside boys, man.
That joint crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
bro,
that shit hard.
I listened to the first three. My boy hit me up, was like, "Yo, you gotta listen to this joint." All right, bet. Listen to the first three songs. Like after the fourth song, which I think was Back Outside Boys, and I'm like, "Yeah, this joint automatically top 5."
Yeah,
That first four songs they was handling business.
bro, that shit go.
It go crazy. Like yeah.
So can we agree that what Academic said about Little Baby's album, Super Mid? Because I didn't like that album at all.
It was
There's not one
definitely below my expectations for Lil Baby, and I think we could officially end the talk about. We can. I don't want to hear anybody ever compare Lil Baby to Drake.
Yeah.
Were they doing that? Were they
They're
doing
not on the
that?
same level.
I guess because of those verses, but I mean, it was never really close. For real.
Baby, a run, but I tweeted like Baby's album to me sounded like, and he switched his flow. It just sounded like one big song, and it seemed like he tried his best for it not to. But like, I think the production, I think I'd like to see Baby work with people that he hasn't worked with before. Some producers outside his camp, some beats that you normally wouldn't hear Baby on. Because like when we heard him on the Space Jam soundtrack, like you wasn't expecting to hear Baby on like a gospel type beat, and it was crazy. So like I think he need to get outside himself a little bit more production wise. But yeah, Baby best album is ahead of him. He hasn't dropped his last.
I agree with you, T. That album sounded like one big song. That was the problem with it. It sounds like one long ass song.
Yeah, there wasn't enough differentiation between the songs, bro. And I feel like with Baby, it's like I don't want to say this, but like maybe he's not an album guy, you know? Because there's guys that make songs, and then there's people that make albums.
Like Fabulous.
Yeah,
Fab makes good songs, but his albums
good verses. Good, Fab will drop a freestyle and it'll be like, damn, this nigga can spit. But then the albums are never. Dirk is probably one of them type niggas too. Like you hear Dirk on somebody's song and he's killing it, but like I don't really hear niggas talking about his
Dirk
albums
too,
being
Dirk's got some good stuff,
up there.
I think to have a good album, it has to be a cohesive project. It has to have the songs have to be different from each other from track to track.
I think that's harder to do than people realize. I think that's a lot harder to do than people realize.
It is harder to do. That's why there's only a couple people really doing it.
I was gonna say I think can do 20, 25 songs and narrow it down to their favorite 14, 15, and some artists are gonna have to do 70 to make a good project. But
like Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Chris Brown dropping you with like 50 tracks, like, yo, take what you want from it. Like that's lazy, bro.
He said there's a classic in here somewhere.
Yeah, I think a great artist will construct a classic, make the songs flow together, make it all have cohesion, so it sounds like it's all part of the same album, but every song is different, it's a different experience. The best artist.
That's how I feel about Her Loss. I feel like they put that shit together real well.
And I think Her Loss has the same vibes, and to some extent.
Her Loss to me is so good that I'm curious about the songs that didn't make it.
Right?
Right.
I'm
assuming Jimmy Cooks must have not made it because they dropped that on the other joint, right?
Yeah.
Purpose, like to prep you for, like give you a little.
I think so too. They were like, damn, you listen to that whole Drake album, you're like, damn, this shit ain't it. And then you're like, hold up, Jimmy Cooks
on this album, like you might be
one of the better songs, right?
Yeah, you might be talking about a classic. Like, but you know, this was a great show, fellas. A lot of good topics covered. Anything I missed? Anything you guys want to say before we wrap it up?
Bryce, Rome, in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks. You said it before. 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
We'll see, man. I'm already we signing off for this show, and I'm just already excited for next Tuesday, man.
Yeah, I just want to see your face.
You won't be excited next Tuesday. So
wait. So wait, who's off next week?
I don't know.
It can't be you.
It won't be me. It won't be me.
I'm here. I guess T off. You off next week. You already got it off. We said it here live.
T's not off either because he was just off last week.
Yeah.
Get him off again. I don't care. He needs to be off because I need to see both him and Rob. I need to be here to see their faces. Matter of fact, I'm sending y'all tissues, bro. Boxes of tissues with my face.
You know what's the beautiful thing about it is that, you know, one of them could be off, one of them gonna be on, but one of them gonna have to catch that shit either way. Treacherous twins.
Hey, yo, I can't wait to see this shit. Yo, bro. I hope HR told you ain't got no more days off no more. Hey, yo, Bryce.
Scruff, what are you doing for the game?
I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead yet. You trying to link up?
Me either. We got time. We'll figure something out. Maybe.
I'm down to link up. I'm down to link up. I'll drive out VA. What's up?
Yeah, we gotta make some type of move.
I'll slide out there. What's up?
It's a big game. Yeah, Monday night. It's a big game.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Someone has to take the picture of the losers, bro. I just need to see the face of the loser of that game. I just need to see y'all faces. I just need to see how y'all gonna run away from the camera. It's gonna be like a Jerry Springer show or like a Maury. You are the father. With the camera. I want to see who gets that.
All right, fellas.
Man. Después es por la cultura.